Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Loads of hints coming out the last 24 hours that this OpTic Dallas confirmation is just around the corner. Shotzzy getting frustrated with the fact it hasn't been announced already, but also Scump and FormaL drawing some hints that this confirmation is coming very soon indeed. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Really if so the channel, thank you very much indeed for doing that. First of all, this is what I judged when Call of Duty was about winning and being the best, not dollar signs. This reminds me, I'm pretty sure this is Anaheim 2019, the kind of great hallway that the MLG guys set up. You go through security, you come around through to the left here into the main stadium, the main hallway effectively, at the Anaheim Convention Center. But on the left and the right hand side, you've got the beautiful banners of all the event winners. So I'm pretty sure this is the start of Infinite Warfare, Rise Nation and Co. All the way through to, I guess this was during the Black Ops 4 season. Now, there has been a fair bit of talk lately about the Black Ops 4 season, potentially something similar returning for Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Vanguard, sorry, because the Los Angeles Thieves guys talked about it quite recently. So maybe we'll get a similar thing going on here. Hopefully that would be the case. Of course, we're never going to get back to quite these events where you can go through the open bracket and mix it up with some of these pro teams. And quite the glory, of course, of having the pre-franchise era team names that a lot of people would say and at least reminisce on quite fondly. But yeah, maybe we can get back to something closer like this if the CDL take the format in the right direction over the next couple of seasons, which certainly I'm hoping they do. And I'm sure the pro players reminisce on stuff like this pretty nicely as well. So hopefully things are moving in the right direction. I suppose we shall see. This also from Cruz. Unfortunately, to issues outside of my control, I'll be unable to be in North America for the beginning of Vanguard. A real big success story of last season in the North American Challenges. Came over from the APAC side, did some great things in North America, surprised a lot of people. Unfortunately, you won't be able to get out there again. There's so many players from the APAC region, the European Challenger side, that would just love to be out there in the States, because that's where you're going to get the best practice, that's where you're going to get noticed the most, and a lot of the players I'm sure could do it. Cruz, in a way, may have kind of paved the way for a guy like Pred to actually, people take a chance on him now, going over to Seattle, knowing what Cruz did from being a pretty solid player in APAC, but not exactly number one, to being a really good player in North America. So I'm sure a lot of potential. Hopefully he gets everything sorted out going forwards. This also from Hitch. It was meant to be this Wednesday tomorrow. $4,000 show match. Advanced Warfare, baby. This sounded like an awful lot of fun. Scump versus ? Which pro wants to phase up against Floppy Penguin? Now, for whatever reason, Hitch this tweet got deleted. Not exactly sure what's going on, why it fell through. Maybe the pros don't want to get their PS4s out or whatever, or it would be kind of difficult if you want to do it on PC. Maybe you've got to buy the entire thing from scratch. I'm not really sure, but I think maybe it was going to be happening, but they, for whatever reason, Titch deleted the tweet. Not exactly sure. Still, I'm sure that more throwback show matches are coming very soon indeed. I'm pretty sure there's some other ones planned as well. Advanced Warfare, though, would have been a great bit of fun, because a lot of the pros talk very highly on this game, and it is an awful lot of fun to watch, to be honest. We'll have a look at it in just in a second of the MLG World Finals that OpTic won 6 years ago during Advanced Warfare. This also from TJ, though, replying to the tweet that Hitch has since deleted. The stunner, TJ Halley, or stunner, Toast, as he was known at the time, headed down for Scump versus TJ. That'd be a lot of fun. And even later today, we're going to look at some of the best map mode combinations in Call of Duty history. And Simp, who wasn't even competing during Advanced Warfare, it was probably 13 or 14 or something. He reckons that Come Back Up League was one of his favorite maps ever. And that was one of the maps where TJ had some of his most highlight plays. So it would have been a lot of fun to see, but it doesn't necessarily seem to be happening as of now. Hopefully, maybe things will come around in the coming days and weeks. This then from OpTic, MLG Worlds 6 years ago, yesterday. What a time. Scump, FormaL, Karma, Crimsix, the Dynasty roster, of course, kind of all getting going at about this point in the year, going into Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, and of course, eventually winning the World Championship with this roster. But of course, as of late, there's been a lot of talk about what exactly is going to be going on with the new team and all the changes that OpTic has been through the last several years. The Immortals acquisition, that obviously then fell through, and Hex eventually brought back the branding and kind of coincided it with the OpTic Chicago team that had gone over to NRG under Chicago Huntsman during the Modern Warfare season. It's been pretty chaotic the last couple of years, but this kind of NRG partnership has been a big talking point really the last few months or so, really, because Hex seems super close to Andy Miller and the guys over there, when I suppose some would argue that he kind of needed them to be in play, but as soon as he gets his own branding back and it's OpTic again, then things kind of go sour between the two of them, and it doesn't seem like the relationship is quite where it was. So this whole OpTic NRG type stuff seems like OpTic are going to be breaking away from NRG as kind of the ownership group and then moving alongside Envy. That at least has been the thought process, the expectations, and it seems like there's some hints coming out that may indeed well be the case. But first of all, wanted to mention this from Shotzzy. Rumor, of course, has it right now, Shotzzy, Scump, Illy, and Dashi is going to be the OpTic Dallas team going into next season, and Shotzzy's basically saying in this clip that we'll share in a second here, look, I wish this was announced already. I can't believe it's taken this long. If I was in charge of things, it would already be confirmed.
Thoughts on the announcement? Hopefully soon, dude. Hopefully. Wait, bro, like I said, I was talking to him in my stream. I was the one in... And after not... No way. What? My throw not didn't work? Put it like this. If I was the one making the calls, this should already been announced. You know what I mean?
Now, the other thing that people are seriously pointing towards is this from OpTic FormaL. So, of course, as we just talked about, right, the whole NRG partnership that went down. Effectively, Hex, and it seems like the current situation, the rumor has it right now that, well, effectively, NRG was meant to be paying and funding the Call of Duty team. Hex tried to, like, fund it on his own or make that kind of stuff happen. It didn't really work out. So, still, they need some sort of ownership group. But the relationship, I imagine, is soured to some degree on the NRG side. Because I think it seems to some people, or maybe it seems to Andy Miller, that NRG was effectively used by Hector in order to get Chicago Huntsman there, and as soon as he was able to acquire the OpTic brand back off Immortals, I kind of combined that with Chicago Huntsman to become OpTic Chicago. Then his interest really in NRG and their like general affairs, even still as like the co-CEO, I guess technically, of that organization alongside Andy Miller, has kind of fallen off a cliff a little bit. Now we see this from FormaL yesterday. You'll notice his bio right here: COD World Champion, X Games gold medalist, 23 major tournament wins, proud member of OpTic, use code FormaL, etc., etc. Now, this used to say proud member of OpTic and proud member also of NRG. We'll have a look at this in just a second. But this came out from Spoonbill. Well, it didn't come out from Spoonbill. But a Spoonbill is like this function. You can sign up to this, and they'll effectively email you every day with everyone you follow and any changes to their bio, location, this type of stuff. So as you can see, FormaL changed their bio and removed yesterday NRG from the bio. So this is the thing, right? OpTic and NRG have had the partnership, or at least NRG and the Chicago Huntsman had the partnership, and then OpTic and NRG had the partnership when the branding was reacquired. But now it seems like that partnership is coming to an end. If OpTic and NRG, well, if FormaL's taking NRG out the bio, then he feels like he's no longer representing that organization, which makes a fair bit of sense if this acquisition is going through relatively soon, and instead OpTic are going to partner up with Envy and make that work. Whether that means you put Envy in the, I suppose, in the bio as well in a couple of weeks' time, that certainly does remain to be seen. But yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about. This I really missed, to be honest. This NRG duo podcast was fantastic with Hex and Andy Miller over at NRG. This is kind of during the Chicago Huntsman era, and pretty much as soon as OpTic Gaming was reacquired by Hex and they rebranded the team, still under the NRG kind of a heading and the NRG funding, you could well say, like things that seemed to go a bit sour in this podcast effectively stopped. And really, pretty much all interaction between Hex and Andy Miller on social media has pretty much disappeared to my knowledge. So I haven't really seen anything. When I looked up like Hex and NRG, the last tweets I could really find were from much earlier this year, if not like mainly 2020, right? So it seems like the relationship there maybe isn't the best, and therefore NRG and the OpTic partnership is probably coming to an end very, very soon indeed. And that's probably one of Hex's thought processes here, really going alongside Hastro and on the Envy side. So definitely some indications from from FormaL that may be the case. This also I wanted to mention from Scump real quick, because he kind of talks about here the fact that some of these tier lists that have been going down the last several days, saying that realistically he can't do it, given he's like he's a professional player, like he feels like there's always some biases involved, but then goes on to say that actually he's not yet signed back to an organization. Technically he's still a free agent, and therefore maybe he could do the job, but if he leaves the stream on for too long, he's probably going to end up leaking something.
I feel like you can't give a list when you're actively playing. It's just you can't give a list when you're playing, because the people are going to say you're biased, people are going to say this, that. Mad views? Yo, Kevy, you're always thinking, bro. But you can't give your list when you're still competing. It's just... But, there's a big but there. I still have not signed. I am still not a signed CDL player. So maybe that list will be coming sooner rather than later, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, I don't know. If I talk to the chat for 6 hours straight, I'd probably leak something. You guys know how to pry.
So Scump very heavily implying that something is just around the corner here, but that's the problem that, if Shotzzy's like, look, let's just announce this stuff already. FormaL's doing some changes to his bio to indicate that this merge is going through, but then Scump isn't even signed yet. You can imagine you've got to sign Scump and make sure the deal has gone through and everything's happening before you can announce this. So maybe this is going to drag on even longer than we predict it to. Just wanted to finish off with a couple of things. This firstly from Shrapnel, puts on the Reddit a couple of days ago now. Vanguard marks the 10th Call of Duty World Championship. So it's kind of crazy to think, really, like it seems like that's almost kind of a lot of COD champs. But yes, I guess the first COD champs was in 2013 during Black Ops 2. Since then, we've had, okay, Black Ops 2, Ghost, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, World War 2, Black Ops 4, and then Modern Warfare, of course. This year, Black Ops Cold War, that's 9. And then, yeah, Vanguard is going to be 10. So, yeah, the 10th World Championship is going to be happening this year. Seems like, I guess Call of Duty still is, well, at least on this metric, is a very young esports. But at the same time, 10 Call of Duty World Championship seems like actually quite a lot, to be honest. I wonder if we can get to 20 and whether the CDL is still going to be going, well, strong in a few years' time, or whether things will go south, because that's really a big topic every single off-season when the viewership starts to drop off and people are like, okay, how good's the new game going to be? People are always discussing like the potential of the new title. This is also just a funny thing really from Scump. I'm sorry at Nadeshot, given that's kind of the talk about if Scump retires, where does the CDL land? And that Scump and Nadeshot, of course, two legendary figures in Call of Duty history. Thought this is a kind of a funny clip, to be honest, to finish out the video. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really hope that YouTube are going to know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well. And I hope grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thanks for watching as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a Twitch streamer, but you know, I don't think Twitch really likes like average players, you know.
Nah, they do. Have you ever seen Nadeshot play anything?
No. What's his name? Nadeshot?
Nadeshot.
Nadeshot on your screen has
Nadeshot.
switched over to the HBR.
He's as average as they can be.